Former President Trump is hinting at another run for office in 2024.
Mr. Trump made his strongest remarks about throwing his hat back in the ring during a campaign rally in Iowa on Thursday. CBS News has learned the former president is considering announcing his run on November 14th, but sources say nothing is set in stone. Mr. Trump was speaking in Sioux Falls in an effort to rally supporters ahead of Election Day. Joining us now for more on this is Kathie Obradovich. She is an editor at Iowa Capitol Dispatch. Kathie, welcome. It's really good to have you. So during last night's rally, former President Trump hinted that he could soon be announcing a 2024 run for office. Remind us of the significance, Kathie, of him doing this in Iowa.
Yes, absolutely. So Sioux City, Iowa is right in the middle of one of the most Republican areas of the state. But it is also, importantly, Iowa is the first in the nation for the 2024 presidential nominating contest, the Iowa caucuses. So this is billed as a pre-midterm election, get out the vote. But it really looked to me more like the first speech of 2024 for former President Trump, hoping to be president again.
So, Kathie, what are people saying on the ground? How are his remarks resonating with people in Iowa?
Yeah, so former President Trump is actually at a low point in his popularity in Iowa. But he is still very, very popular with Republicans. And so it is the Republicans that he would need to come out and support him in the Iowa caucuses. We talked to some people on the ground who actually said they were hoping that he was going to announce his presidential run last night. So he definitely has some enthusiastic supporters. And I do think that there's, like I said, more than 80% of Republicans still think the former president is popular and interested in seeing him run again. He's got some competition coming to Iowa, however. This is his first trip really close to the midterms, but we've had former Vice President Pence has been in the state a couple of times. We've had lots and lots of other candidates coming, from the state fair in August right on through up to the midterms. And so he will have some competition on the ground here.
Well, I wonder, Kathie, do voters feel as though the former president might be perhaps pulling oxygen from candidates who need his help by making the race about him?
Well, he was here. He said he was here to turn out the vote for Governor Kim Reynolds, who is a Republican governor of Iowa. She's leading by 17 points in the latest polls. So she doesn't really need his help. He also said he was here for U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley. And Chuck Grassley is running the closest race probably of his career. But he needs solid voter turnout in that 4th congressional district. There's 100,000 more Republicans in that district than Democrats. And so a rally by Donald Trump could help. Where it doesn't help probably is some of the more competitive congressional races in Iowa, especially here in Des Moines, the 3rd district. Cindy Axne's running a very, very close race against Republican Zach Nunn. And they need women. They need independents to turn out for them. So that the kind of hardline remarks that we heard from Donald Trump may not help in those races.
So this was his first trip to Iowa in over a year. And as you mentioned, he's still very popular there. Do you have a sense that this could impact voter turnout then? I mean, we're only 4 days away. How big of an impact will this one visit have in Iowa?
Probably we won't be able to point to this visit and say that it made a big difference. I think that you certainly have, for example, Kim Reynolds, like I said, leading considerably. You've got, I think, a lot of enthusiastic voters are already planning to turn out in Iowa's 4th district. So I don't think that we're going to be able to point this race, this one visit by Donald Trump and say that it made a big difference. I do think, though, that it made a difference for Republicans generally to be able to have the caucuses and bring in those big name Republicans to help the candidates across the state. Democrats just haven't had that. Their caucuses are in jeopardy. We have, I think today we have the second gentleman here in Iowa. That's the biggest name that we're seeing on the ground here. And so I do think it helps Republicans generally to have those big names here. Donald Trump by himself, maybe not so much.
All right, Kathie Obradovich, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.